Hello everyone. Thanks for visiting this video on the 70 Skidoo that we're selling. I wanted to make some points clear before you look at the full video, because maybe you won't want to look at the full video after you hear this. Okay? A few other points on the machine, as well as how we're going to sell the machine. It is owned by my mother and I jointly in the estate of my father. But this machine was never licensed and it was never insured. So there is no ownership available for this machine. However, we will cooperate in giving you any paperwork, such as affidavits, etc., that you might require in order to get an ownership on the vehicle. But we're not going to put an ownership on it because I don't even know whether the registry office is open at this point in time. Okay? So just understand that it'll be up to you to get your ownership. How we're going to sell it is I'm going to have a reserve in my mind what we're going to have on this machine. I know everybody wants to know what the reserves always are, but I'm not going to disclose that. I'm going to hold it open for 2 weeks to take offers on it. So yes, it's like an auction. And the highest bidder will be the one that will get the machine. I will not be contacting everybody. The reason is I posted this very briefly on Marketplace on Facebook. I had over 40 hits in 2 hours on it. So there is no way that I'm going to be able to respond to everybody. So put in your offer, whatever way, email or whatever, it's going to be posted on Kijiji and on Facebook Marketplace. So you can contact me through there, send it to me. I'll acknowledge I got it. The other thing is I'm not going to disclose the value that anybody else has offered on it. So it's not going to be an open thing like that where I'm going to create a major competition. That way your offer stays confidential between you and me. So give it your best shot and go from there. I will only be contacting the final bidder in the end, who has the highest price. Then I will be posting on Facebook and Kijiji that it is sold, and you can follow up that way to see whether you were or not. But I will contact the winner on the last day that it's open for bidding. Okay? So, take a look at the video, enjoy it. Even if you're a good snowmobiler, just love watching snowmobile videos, that'll be a good one to watch. If you like old Skidoos, take a watch of it. But anyway, good luck in the bidding on this unit. My mother is 95, and we're basically selling off this kind of stuff for her. So let's give her the best money we can give her. Okay? Thank you very much. Okay, what we've got here is my father's 1970 Skidoo Olympic 399. It's in original condition. He purchased it in the fall of 1969, and it's been in the family ever since. And we've decided time now is to sell to somebody else who can use it. So I want to show you some features on the machine, the originality of the machine that I'm well aware of where there was problems on these machines in the past. So you'll notice here that this unit here is not cracked. It's all intact, including the emblems. The seat's intact here. As we come up along here, this is the original seat on the machine. There appears to be maybe a slight cracking of it right here, but other than that, the seat is original. This machine was never left out in the rain or in the snow overnight. It was always put away at night. So this is not subject to rust, this machine, anywhere on the body, the frame, the tunnel, anything like that. Nothing is rusted out on this machine and never has been. Okay, you got the original runner boards, rubbers on the running boards here. Another thing that broke quite often was the cover over the engine, which you can see later on. I did replace this with a stainless steel one because the original one broke from vibration. That was a very common problem with them. The other common problem was your cover on your belt here. They all broke down here. This one here has got a very slight crack in it. Other than that, it's in shape. And you can see the chain case and the belt. Now I did put a new belt on it, so this is all ready to go. These rods broke. This one here is intact and original. It's got the original fuel cap, and the dipstick is still on it, which a lot of them came off. This one is still intact, original. The muffler, I did change it because mouse got in there and built a nest in the bottom of it, rotted out. So this was replaced about 3 years ago. We have not driven this machine very much, probably in the last 25, 30 years. So it's probably not even had 15 miles put on it in that length of time. I just want to go down to the skis down here. If you can get the camera here. These are the original skis. They're not all bent up. The rubbers are still in the handles. The springs, I did add 2 additional springs to it to get more weight on the skis, because as most people know, these didn't turn all that good. And then I put a 4-inch aluminum riser on top of that to bring the front end up higher, get weight back on the back part of the track, and more weight on the skis. So, but if you took that out, you're back to right original. I believe it may even have the original runners on the bottom of it. Okay, but this is the original skis on the machine on both sides. If we go around to the other side, oh, there's one thing I wanted to show you here before I go. Right here on this machine, you'll see this circle. What happened is a mouse went down in here, decided to build a nest down in there, and put a tiny hole in the side of the gas tank. And the gas tank on this one is in part of the tunnel. So we cut this out here with a circular drill, cut that out, repaired the tank, and I put it back in just with silicone. So if the tank was to ever leak again, you just cut this out and you can go back right back in there again to see to repair that tank if it ever came out. So rather than weld it, I just put it in like that. It'll have no effect on the machine at all, other than the fact that it makes a nice little place to be able to go back down in there. But it's just a tiny little hole the mouse made. Okay, so we're going to go around to this side over here. You can see the bumpers. Those are the original bumpers. They're not all bent up. Again, the ski is not all bent up. If we come over to this side here, there was just a little wee bit of very surface lifting of the paint right along here. And up in here there was a bit of a mouse nest here again, so I cleaned that out and I just touched it with a bit of paint there last night. Okay. This is the original cover, which is very unusual to get. One of the other things that happened in a lot of these machines, this became oxidized, the aluminum, and was all, just kind of looked like it was decaying. This is original. It's all nice and clean. Okay. Again, the original rubber's on there. And back here, it even has the original sticker from on the back of the machine where my dad purchased it from Napier Ferguson in Markham, Ontario. That's right on the back, right down here. And included with this is the original tools that came with the machine in the original Bombardier package. They're still here and all intact. And I got a couple of screw-on fill filters to go with it as well, brand new ones if you need that. Okay. This machine is running. It runs extremely well. It's extremely fast for an Olympic. We did clock it when it was new at approximately 73 miles an hour. So it's one of the fastest ones that Olympic made, or Skidoo made in the Olympic version. And it's also the last model of the bubble nose that you're going to see when we put that back on. Okay? Okay, as you can see, I jacked it up so we can get down, look down in underneath there. You can see the bogey wheels. The bogey wheels are all intact. All the springs are there and intact. Everything as it was originally, but you're going to see that I got a new track on there. I did put that on because the other original one was shot as a dried egg. So if you want to come around here, I want to show you down in the tunnel on the back of the machine. And this is where a lot of them rot out, down in here. We got a few cobwebs here that you can see, but you can see that down in that tunnel, look at that, how clean that is.
Wow.
There's no rust anywhere down in that tunnel, all the way right down to the front. No rust. And you can see this is the new track. These are even the original suspension springs on the machine. So a very, very clean machine. Okay, I'll put the hood back on the machine now. I just want to point out one thing is, back in here, a lot of these got rusty and got all broken up back in here. It's clean in there, it's not even rusty in there. So that's amazing on these machines in the back compartment. So I've got the hood back on, and it goes on fine, it's square, everything. And the headlight still does work up and down, the original handle's on it. The key switch works fine, the lights all work on it. It starts, it runs. It's in very, very good condition. There's a few stress cracks that you get in all fiberglass hoods. So there's a few of those around there, but that's original. You can't. This hood has never had any work done on it or repairs done on it from the day it was originally done. There is a little crack right here in the corner, which was a very common issue on these machines. It's still here. The fiberglass components are all there, be easily fixed. But there's that little crack there. And if you want to come around here, there's a small crack right here beside the vent. Here, there's a small crack right here. Okay. Other than that, it's just the stress cracks in the fiberglass that came on all these fiberglass hoods. The other thing I want to note is this is the original windshield, which is the yellow one that came with the snowmobiles back then. That's a very rare item, is to have the yellow windshield. Particularly chrome left on the round of it, the rubber's still here around the windshield, and the windshield intact and not broken away. Okay, set it up for you so you can hear it. And I want you to listen to the pung of this motor. It tells you how solid this motor is yet on this machine. Now, I did take it apart about 4 or 5 years ago, and I put new seals in the motor and new gaskets in the motor because I figured it's sitting around for many, many years, it would need it. So it has had new seals and gaskets put in it, and it has not been run any more than maybe about 5 miles since that was done. So we know the motor is in excellent condition, and so I'm going to start it now and just let you listen to this muffler on this thing because it sounds really solid. Okay, you've seen me run with the machine. It's running excellent. It's got lots of power, lots of speed. It's running really well. This is a great collector's item. If you want to add a really nice machine to your, that's original to your group of machines you have. What we're going to do on this machine, I'm going to put it on for sale at a specific price, and I'm going to wait 2 weeks. That'll be the minimum price I'll take. I'm going to wait 2 weeks, and whoever wants to give the highest price, that was what we will take for the machine. And it'll be over and above the minimum price that I put on it. You're going to get a good machine, and it'll be a lot of fun machine, or else you can just put it into your classic group of machines that you have in there. So, a great machine. You've seen it run, you've heard it run. It's an honest machine all the way through. Okay? There it is.